And so then I was like, no way, no way. Seriously? Oh, sorry guys, I didn't know we were live. Now I'm just kidding. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, and with me is the moistest, moist thing, Cthulhu-kin, furry-kin thing, Omegon.
Furrykin?
I know. Sorry, that was a little bit of a roast.
Oh,
Oof.
that's libel.
It's defamation. There's been a lot of that recently. How
And
you
so
doing? Then I was like,
I'm
no
good. I
way.
mean, I'll do some people as Cthulhu-kin, but as a furry, nah, that's too weird even by my standards.
I know. So, how you doing, Omegon?
I'm very well, thank you. How
Yeah,
are you?
I'm fine. I'm cold. The beast from the east, the
Oh, the new
second,
weather.
is here.
I this morning I'd work at 6:30 in the morning, and we had snow all day yesterday. It was
Mm.
pretty nippy. I had two hoodies on the way to work with hoods up, and this snood on the front, where it shows where it goes on from my nose to my chin.
Hmm.
It was the Joker's face, so his lips and nose. I walked past an old lady, and she looked pretty concerned.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you being the big guy that you are and looking like the
Yeah,
Joker, pretty
looking like I'm
intimidating.
smiling. I was so like, oh no! Even with gloves and two hoodies and everything on, I was like, nah, this is bullshit.
Yeah, like I had my scarf on and that blue jacket that I've got, which is really warm. You'll be surprised.
Yeah,
I remember when I first got it. I think a couple of weeks later or a week later, I was off to Birmingham for Shemfest and I wore it. But big
yeah.
mistake. It was really warm and I was sweating. Thankfully, I had deodorant, so I didn't smell that bad. But
Well, that's good.
yeah, I just had this big wet patch on me.
My biggest, like wearing that snood for the first time, I noticed that condensation builds up on the inside.
Hmm.
That was quite a kind of a new experience, but I was with two jumpers on as well. I thought I might get a bit too hot, but no, no, I really even because the ocean wind is so cold.
Oh yeah, you
I
live near the sea,
I do. I did live by the sea.
and you live
A
in the
town,
sea.
a town that was recently voted third best in the southeast. I was
Really?
quite, but I can say with absolute certainty, it's basically Haiti.
It's a shithole.
Yeah.
Oh, so in this podcast, I do have a little bit of an interview structure to it, but it's very loose. So I'll ask a few questions, but then we can go off topic whenever you want. Basically, I don't care. This is all free form. So, but we do need to know a few things about you. So, first things first is, what made you choose this autism as opposed to a normal job?
I had well I still do have
Hmm.
excuse me my real life job. I'm self-employed, so I had that before I started YouTube.
Hmm.
I never thought that this could turn into even a part-time job, which it has, to be honest, which is fantastic. Um, but if anything, my main income is from the cleaning work I do.
Ah,
And
yeah.
so when this started to grow and gets to the point where I am now, and that's great. It did feel like a bit surreal.
Hmm.
Um, so I never really I don't know, I never really thought about it potentially becoming that, and I think that's quite a good thing to. I mean, there are some creators I have heard of
Hmm.
that they said they wanted to turn it into a job, and I kind of thought they were actually, yeah, if I think quickly, there was I think it was Toxic Femininity. She had a picture on her Twitter a second ago,
Hmm.
um, which shows the face she pulls when you tell her you're going to go into YouTube as a full-time career, and it basically looks like someone looking a bit meh.
I know. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's totally possible. It's just highly unlikely.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah, I don't think it's
I think
tough.
eventually content creating will become a viable job when
Maybe it does
hopefully.
for some. If you're big enough,
Hmm.
or joining like Okay, so great examples would be obviously Sargon of Akkad,
Hmm.
Hellion, Tommy Robinson, Roaming Millennial, another great example.
Joe
She's a
Rogan, although
Yep.
he's a
Yeah, you've got
comedian.
Dave Rubin
Hmm.
as well. Yeah, these people have managed to turn it into a job because they got into a good position, and then they just expanded it and were clever with how they went about it. And some are going to say, yes, well, they're not that clever.
Exactly. I mean,
Great. If you've got the personality like Crowder
hmm.
or Alex Jones, seriously, you can grow this.
Yeah. Another thing is that you've also got to have the right format. like Joe Rogan's format inspired mine, basically.
That does make some sense.
Yeah, that kind of just free form conversation, trying to get things out of people that they don't usually talk about. Like, I think this is becoming a meme on this podcast now, because I keep bringing it up. But he had James Hetfield on, didn't he? I don't know if you saw that one.
Oh, I did. Metallica.
And he talked about bees for half an hour.
That's not a bad subject.
It was fascinating, wasn't it?
I've spent a fair few times around beehives. They are a lot of fun to play with. I mean, not to hurt the bees, but to move stuff about, collect honey. Oh, yeah. And to answer your bee-access in the chat, what do you clean toilets? They are a part of the pubs that I clean, yes. Along with the bars, the taps, and the tables.
I clean my own bar, apart from the floor.
But it's not the only place I work. I have a few other contracts.
Do you make good dosh?
£15 an hour.
Wow, that's above minimum wage. That's like well above it.
I work about 2 hours a day, so 3 days a week.
That's not too bad.
If I put it all together, that's probably about it, so it's not too bad.
You make ends meet, and that's the important thing.
Exactly, it pays the bills, and then I can just focus on other things, like video games and hating women, of course.
And getting all those sandwich wenches.
Well, yes, I was due a video to put into today's video at the end. I even recorded last night a bit, just in case they sent it to me, but they didn't.
So explain the sandwich wench thing. What's the idea behind that?
Okay, so it actually stems from Cenk Uygur saying it to Karen Strawn, I believe.
Yeah. Make me a sandwich then.
And I was talking to Frozen Binary, and I was like, I've got this idea. Could you do me a favor? Go into your kitchen and make a video of you making me a sandwich. She did. Then the only reason it exploded was because Melody Dickens, who I did not know was trans, she is very attractive. She and Frozen Binary were arguing in the comments to one of my videos, and Melody said she'd make a better sandwich, and she made the most, and I still maintain it is my favorite video ever.
Really?
You know, because it's like old timey wimey music, 50s. She pulled out an old.
Oh, I saw that one. She's no way, is she?
She is.
No way. Let me have a look.
Could not believe it.
I thought Blair wasn't trans when I first saw her.
Oh well, I didn't know who Blair was for the longest time. But after that, Otterface, even Peach Belly said she would, never did because she doesn't eat bread. Cow. Misa said she's done hers for me, but she still not, quotes, edited it.
Okay, I can see it a little bit actually.
I in the time, well, when she made that sandwich video for me, I just could not tell. But Frozen Binary was like, yeah, dude, that's a fellow tranny.
That's a trap.
Nah, you got to be lying. And then she made it, and I went for her videos. She talks about it, and I'm like, huh, I was wrong. Okay. Who gives a shit?
When I look at her now, yeah.
I don't care, I guess.
I don't care. Yeah.
But then I think in the time I've had the Sandwich Wench gimmick going, I've received about 100 Sandwich Wench videos. But I'd say about 7 of them were gentleman videos. Yeah, so they were like dudes. Like Ichabod made me the Apoca Witch. Tailed Feature made me a haggis sandwich. He just slapped a haggis between 2 bits of bread and took the cress off the table and went, "I have none of that green in my sandwich."
The discount James Hetfield.
He just cut the tip off a carrot.
What did Skog do? Like, what was his sandwich?
Oh, the commie sandwich.
Oh.
With the communist music, he made a sandwich, but he did agree he'd made a mistake. If it was a true commie sandwich, there would have been nothing on that plate.
Well, there would have been some crumbs, maybe.
And he screwed up the audio a little because you're meant to hear him do stuff, but Miss Steam made that actually. Steam had the camera. She was staying with him at the time as an interim, and it was a good video. He's done a couple of others on his channel about communist food. It's kind of a little series. It's just empty plates.
So he's the only male sandwich bench, right?
No, there are others. There was Ichabod. He's one. I know Red Robot's supposed to have submitted one. There have been others. I can't remember who, though. Oh, hang on. No, 8-Bit Thought. That's another. I know what I can do, because I have an archive on my desktop here.
It's just a harem. You've got a harem, basically.
That's all good. Yeah, I basically have Sandwich Wenches. Okay, it's 2016. Let's see.
So I was
So in order,
abused
these are
from
people who make
14 to
sandwiches.
18.
Okay. Frozen Binary, Melody Dickens, Viper Sword, Pippi, Otterface, Jess Knight, Fiffin's girlfriend, Ichabod, Chimera, Reading Wren, Liz Reptile, Trainer Jax, Mocha, Christina Prime.
That is a lot of people.
10. But 27. Oh, here we go. Drunken Uncle's made one.
Drunken?
Irate Bear. Yeah, he did. He basically just said, "Oh, I'm Moisty. I couldn't make you one, so I went down to Tesco and got you a meal deal.
All right, mate.
They tried to charge me 5p for a bag. I said, oh, fuck off." Irate Bear, he calls me a blue something, cunt, I think.
A blue thunder cunt, basically.
Yeah.
I don't, and that's a bad Alex impression. I know.
Oh, yeah, like your boy Pat did a sandwich, but I used it in my video. He asked me if I would, and I was like, yes, I'll do that. Thy Name is Skepticism made me one.
Oh, did she now?
Oh, she did. She basically I think she smashed a tin in between two bits of bread as well. The Grim made me muffins. Mr. Anonymous made me cookies. There's a guy who I just wrote, Gentleman's Gentleman. He did, I think he was where the term Gentleman's Gentleman came from. He did a very elaborate thing. Instead of being on Facebook, it's just, oh, Jason Brazil, he didn't make a sandwich. He went to an event that was catered and went around the table saying, "This is all yours now." Fantastic.
I still can't believe Drunkle's done one.
Oh yeah. He sent that to me on a fly. Quite early into 2017, and I saw it and I was like, "Dude, you need more subscribers." And being the most the guy with the most humility in the world, do you know how he responded?
Fuck off, right?
No. He responded with, "Yeah, I know, right? I should have more subscribers."
At least he's honest. To be honest, I think a lot of people wouldn't have the balls to say that.
The gayest person on YouTube made one.
What, Prince of Queens?
No, that's the name of the person. The gayest person on YouTube.
I love you, Prince. It's just a joke.
Prince of Queens. If you want to make me a sandwich, though, by all means, do so.
Use that experience.
Show me how to make the best Queen's sandwich you can make.
He's 36, so he's experienced.
I was asked a few times. Oh, well, of course. I was asked a few times, who would I like to make me a sandwich the most? And I always answered the same way, and I reckon it must be an Asian thing. I'd really like it to be either Sugar Tits or Roaming Millennial.
Oh yeah.
Just make me a sandwich. I might tell Roaming Millennial on Wednesday.
If it's
see if she'll play ball. Because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I might see. I'd love to get Aiden to as well, but I've never spoken to her.
I can get you in touch with her.
Yeah, just tell her to perform a womanly duties.
I will give her this meme because she usually steals my memes. So
the thing is, I was told, "Oh, it's a dead meme. It's a dead meme." I'm like, "Well, they keep sending me the videos. I'm going to keep using them."
If it's a dead meme, then how come people are still using it? Exactly.
Yeah. People keep telling me the word "moist" is a dead meme. No, it was never a meme. Okay, fuck off.
Technically speaking, my Aiden Paladin steals my memes is a dead meme, but we still do it.
Got to keep it alive somehow.
I know. I actually said that. I said to her today. Last night. If I give you a Whopper button, that's a Red Letter Media reference, by the way. It's the newest Best of the Worst episode.
Melissa, that was you. You were in Magog stream yesterday. Yes, I remember. I was going to put that in my videos today. I was talking to her yesterday in Magog stream, and she mentioned a sandwich for me. Yes. Hello, Melissa.
So, I said, if I give you a Whopper button, would you leave my memes alone? and I've been sending her, well, it was meant to be a GIF, but it ended up being a video of a safe closing. And then this guy just goes with the thumbs up. Like, when Aiden Paladin enters the room, quick, lock the memes in the safe.
Right. She can't be trusted.
She can't be trusted, man. She's like a Scouser. But worse, she's Welsh.
Far worse. I mean, there's not much worse than a Scouser, but yeah.
Yeah. It's even near Wales. That's how bad it is.
Wales, yeah. That county is just a joke.
Yeah. That principality.
At best.
At best, yeah. Actually, wasn't there... I think I saw a YouTube argument, or was it in a video where this guy was going on about how Wales is not a principality, or it is a principality. Yeah, he's a nationalist. He's not a principality, it's a country. Even though technically it's a part of England, despite the devolved parliament.
They have a devolved administration, they get a small budget,
I know.
They still screw it up. I've been through the Welsh government's like budget statements.
Hmm.
They're the ones are taking money away from the NHS in Wales, which they're responsible for. And in return for doing that, they're not putting it into anything actually worthwhile. They're just spending it.
It's all our money as well. Well, most of it's English
Well,
money.
it basically is.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude to Wales, but you're not a country.
It's okay, but Scotland is a country like
I
England.
you know what I love is that in Parliament,
Yeah.
PMQs is structured that the opposition asks 6 questions. The second largest party asks 2 questions.
Hmm.
Second largest party is a nationalist party.
Hmm.
They could never be anything. They will never achieve anything better than that. Unless everyone in this country suddenly went, I'm voting SNP, which they won't do because Scottish nationalists are only interested in Scotland. If they won, they'd move everything up there on principle.
Exactly.
But they won't win because the best they could ever do is be a big party opposition.
I can't believe they're actually the second biggest. They're bigger than the UK, like the whole of the Labour Party in the country.
No. Labour Party are the biggest opposition, and then the next one along is SNP.
Yeah. God, that needs to change. I actually
Well,
miss the
Liberal
Dems.
Democrats were for the longest time as well, but obviously they fucked it up with the tuition fees. I don't think they're gonna. It's gonna take them a while to grow.
And you know what's annoying about that? Their Scottish and Welsh MPs voted for my tuition fees, and that's one of the reasons why I want to devolve Parliament here. Just to stop
in 2010, I would have voted Liberal if I wanted to, but then I kind of agreed that the Conservatives were going to win, and as far as I was concerned, there was no way the Liberal Democrats were going to retain that position.
No.
I'm quite happy with the tax bar being raised. Just I felt so bad about all this. I was paying the low end tuition fees, which is good because I was working while I was at university. So I was paying for it out of my own pocket. If I'd had to pay $9,000 a year, I would have been fucked.
I think I paid 8,000 a year. I think
I paid in my first year foundation year. I paid 1,200, and then $3,000 a year for tuition. But I got a few grants here and there along with working. So essentially, I paid 9, 12, £13,200 for my tuition to get my masters as well.
I'm actually trying to apply for a master's at the moment.
I hope you do.
Yeah. So far one application has gone through properly this time, so I assume that my reference got back to them. So I just got to wait for that. That was that's my alma mater, though they're my second choice. Is it mater or mater? I don't know.
I don't know. I've always heard people say alma mater.
It's Latin. It can be whatever. We don't really know how they pronounced it, so it's okay. You can pronounce Latin in any way you want because we
all good. If I do want to do my PhD one day, if I ever did, it would not be at my alma mater on principle for how far they've gone down the rabbit hole.
Mine's okay, but it's definitely gotten worse.
I'd probably want to be living in the States when I did mine.
But my first choice is one that definitely has gone down the rabbit hole. It's University of Manchester. Oh God.
Fuck 'em.
But their master's course in my subject of choice is actually more to my tastes.
Well, I'll be honest, with postgraduate degrees, you don't spend too much time on campus anyway, unless you want to. So it's even if they have gone down a rabbit hole, you can avoid it quite easily.
I mean, I'll just hang around with new mates that I make friends with and just have a pint in the union.
Post-grad bar. We used to love going in there.
Oh, I just love
Especially
going into the
undergrads couldn't go in there, and I'd be like, "You can all suck it."
I just love the old MMU union. That was just the bomb. That was just so good.
We used to have on campus. It was they had called it the red bar, and then the other end of the bar was the blue bar, and it was just separated by a small pathway. It was one big bar, and on the red bar you could smoke before the band came in. And obviously, when that changed, it was just the red bar and the blue bar. There was nothing special about it. I think Coldplay played in the blue bar once, and I think I stood there, but I fell asleep.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah, they were promoting Milo Xylo something.
Oh, that isn't too far. Wait, so they did a short university tour? Really?
They did for BBC Radio. Hang on, I will confirm it.
Tell you what, they could have been doing stadiums, but they chose to do a small venue. Well, tiny venue. That's quite Oh, that's quite good.
Coldplay World Tour. No, where is it? Norwich show. Let's find out. Because I remember being there. Coldplay Norwich show. Norwich UEA, October 2011. Yeah, I was at uni then. Oh, it wasn't actually a gig. It was in the Blue Bar, and it was for BBC Radio 1, and I was one of the things in there, and my head, I couldn't stay. It was so boring. I was dragged there by a friend. She really wanted to see him, and I'm like, but every time I hear Coldplay, I want to cut myself. And I remember just putting my head on one of the bars and just falling asleep.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, they are a pretty boring band for most of the songs that they actually...
They are. Keener, Snow Patroller. Honestly, you all make me want to cut myself. Oh, and Embrace. Let's add them too.
I like how the singer goes, look at the world.
In the chat, Ed Shikari, the first band I ever saw live, Norwich, 2007, midweek charts event, Take It to the Skies. That was my favourite gig, supported by 100 Reasons, who were fantastic. Ed Shikari, great live.
My first gig was Blur.
But it grows on you.
My first gig was Blur 2009. Support was Florence and the Machine, who I missed.
Florence.
I don't like her music, but I like how she looks, and I missed it. This is before she was big.
Yeah, I remember her before she got big as well, and she didn't mind sweating on stage, which a lot of people liked. And I was like, I just.
Everybody sweats on stage.
Looks like she's about to chin me though.
They all sweat on stage though. That's the problem. It's the lights and the fact that they're moving around and singing, and it's painful. Singing is painful, to be fair. Especially how she belts it out. I always thought she needed to learn how to just sing normally, but I don't think she's capable. She has very quiet and then really loud, and it's just like I don't like that.
Range, or the people who ripple their vocal range, they do this weird sound. I hated it. Rita Ora does it, and I don't like her music anyway.
Like that, I don't know.
No. It's just it's horrible.
Don't get me wrong. I like high vocal ranges and people with crazy octave ranges. Like,
if I'm going to go with that, I'm just going to listen to Darkness.
Or Judas Priest, or...
I've seen them live as well.
Oh, I need to see them.
And I've seen The Darkness live. I've met Justin Hawkins. He's awesome.
Is he?
Oh, yeah, because I used to live in Lowestoft, so I met him once.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they're local. That's where they grew up.
Oh, right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Isn't he related to somebody famous, or is it the drummer? His dad is another drummer of some band. I forgot who it was.
I have no idea.
But then I saw Muse, and the editors were supporting.
Editors. Okay, I've seen Editors. I know my one of my uni housemates went to the Wembley show. Muse did HAARP, which was basically Knights of Sidonia, essentially. That's the only song anyone remembers from that show. It was the very first song they played.
Muse.
Yeah.
That's unusual. They usually leave that till last.
This was when they were touring that fourth album.
Oh, yeah.
They played that song first and then went to Hysteria.
I was on the Resistance tour, and they started with Uprising. That was
yeah. This was this fourth album, Black Holes and Revelations, so it wasn't upright. It wasn't.
It was the cheesiest gig I've ever been to, but it was fun.
Yeah. I've not seen Muse myself. I like the guitar stuff and the bass lines are pretty good, but I'm not particularly huge on them. Biggest gig I ever been to though was probably My Chemical Romance's Black Parade tour in Manchester.
Really?
Yeah, I met Ray Toro at that. I got a decent picture with him too.
Which one's he? The
lead guitarist.
Oh, the Afro.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lead. I just thought they have both of them.
No, Frankie Iero was the rhythm guitarist. He doesn't. He's too punk to be able to do solos.
He's a proper punk guitar player. Even though all guitar players in punk that I've seen do the solos, because there's only one of them. Yes,
well, that's where this differs then, because there's two. You need someone. Toro does the clear, crisp cut music, whereas Toro does all the rhythm.
The buzz.
The buzz.
The buzzsaw, as they call it. I never liked them though, MCR.
I remember seeing them during the Black Parade World Tour, as I mentioned. And
damn, Irate Prostate said he met Judas Priest during the Screaming for Vengeance tour.
Nice. But my housemates were all like, My Chemical Romance are gay. I'm like, yeah, but it's a free ticket.
He said that they realised...
You said Biffy Clyro was shit, and I saw them and liked it too. and then you liked him too, and I'm like, clearly have no leg to stand on. I saw 30 Seconds to Mars as well when they were touring A Beautiful Lie. Like, oh, but they're so gay. And then when that album came out, they were like, oh, I want to see him as well. Fuck off.
I could never get into what's Jared Leto's band again? You just mentioned them.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, I think he's a better actor than he is a singer.
The second album is a pretty good album. The third and fourth kind of went very different, poppy.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on them.
Yeah, Irate Prostate said he realised Halford was gay when he started rubbing my friend's neck. Everybody knew. They just did. Everybody knew.
Unless... You know, there were other signs.
Yeah.
There were other signs, pretty clear ones.
Yeah, like the cap, the leather, and well, they all wore leather, but he in particular.
I often wondered why he didn't just come out on stage in assless chaps.
I think he was probably a bit too humble for that. But like Halford, everybody knew in Britain he was. They just nobody talked about it. Yeah,
everyone did. It's like in wrestling. Everyone knew Rob Pattinson was gay as well. Everyone knew. He just never openly said it.
Yeah, there was no need to. He did say, Halford, that he should have come out earlier, but to be honest, like, it's none of our business.
Exactly. No one gives a... The thing about people coming out or identifying sexually, it seems like a big deal, and I see people do it on TV all the time, these actresses, and I'm like, no one cares. If anything, all you've done is make it so that people will be like, I could cast a lesbian for this role, for a straight woman, or I could just hire a straight woman who might be a bit more convincing. I thought that might be the same with what was the girl who played Kitty in the X-Men films? Ellen something.
I can't believe Halford was trying to get off with his mate. That's quite funny.
Congratulations to your friend.
I always thought he was a bit more normal than other metal singers. Like I thought he had his living partners and stuff like that. Maybe he was single at the time. I don't know. Yeah, actually, he nearly committed suicide because his living partner in the 80s killed himself in front of him.
We got to think of how different times are now to how they were. I've got to say, Freddie Mercury didn't reveal he was gay until like the day before he died.
I think he was bi, really.
Nah, he was gay. He was.
There's stories about him going with men and women.
It's possible back then, but honestly, how people like I grew up on Queen. I love Queen, but it was a case of back then it was a big deal. Now it's a case of who actually gives a shit.
He'd be 72 now, you know.
I don't care. I love Queen.
I know. I'm just saying that's how young he was when he died.
Yeah. But I think sexuality is so irrelevant, and if you make a musical around it, fine. You're appealing to a certain demographic, definitely. But if you're an actor, fine. Be picky with your roles if Hollywood will let you. But it doesn't actually matter, does it?
Nope. Also, Irate says that he met Iron Maiden and Whitesnake. Which I'm more jealous about Iron Maiden than Whitesnake. I'm not really a fan of Whitesnake, although they're actually pretty good, to be fair. But they're not really my cup of tea. I'm more into Deep Purple.
For the longest time, I wanted to meet Machine Head, and then I heard the album, and I was like, right.
Even like people who aren't like anti-SJW, but they're like normal, can see that what they're doing is stupid. You know, like I know people who are in the metal community, and they're just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What is this? What is he doing? Like, why is... Oh, I forgot the singer's name. Oh, I used to know his name.
For what band?
Machine Head.
Rob Flynn.
That's it. Like, he's just posing. That's all he's doing. And
well, when I watch him sing about he wants to welcome Muslims into our mix, and talk about how, but then he shits on Christianity. I'm like, oh, so that's an inconsistent argument. You can't welcome one faith and ostracize another.
Exactly.
You can't blame the lack of welcome on that faith when you yourself are basically crapping on religion as a whole. You make absolutely no sense. You're an absolute. He's a metal guy doing Green Day music.
It's like, you know, black metal bands would never cook themselves to that level.
They shouldn't do it at all.
It's just like, it's unbelievable. And then you've got Metalgate because the feminists tried and failed to infiltrate the community. Although I think they keep trying now. Well, metal is a community.
Yeah, metal is. And, you know, I like metalheads are probably some of the most articulate guys I've ever met.
And the most welcoming, I'd say.
Yeah. I've been in many, many mosh pits. If you fall over, there's a guaranteed thing that's going to happen. You're going to be picked up. Yeah. You're not going to be stood on.
I heard that it's more of a British European thing than it is an American thing. Though they tend
Well,
to.
I've not been to a metal gig in America, but all the metal gigs I've been to in the UK, yeah, they get you up and you carry on.
I've never actually been thrown to the floor, and I'm not the
I've been tripped over once, but the guy apologized and helped pick me up. And I was like, I didn't really give a shit. But
it's almost an automatic thing.
Hands, that was it.
I've noticed like you just do it. You just get them up, and that makes it better because then you start laughing.
Jasper Carrot is awesome.
Yeah. So, like, who's your favourite metal band then?
I honestly don't have one. I listen to far too many different bands. If I go and have a look at what I've got downloaded at the moment, let's see. Fantasy Metal, Glory Hammer on there. Dragon Force, I like seeing them live. People can shit on me for that. I don't care. I do like them. Let's see. No, Nickelback's not here, thankfully.
They're not even metal, so it's okay.
No, they're not. But everyone likes to say they like them ironically.
How can you like them ironically? That doesn't even make sense.
I honestly don't know. Mastodon. I like Mastodon. That's a good band.
My photograph.
Yes. Well, Rockstar songs probably more well known.
Yeah. But Photograph is a meme.
It is. I like it. I assume it's owned by Aidan Paladin now.
Yeah.
Ailstorm, Pirate Metal, love that.
Oh, she's hot, Hale.
Oh, Ailstorm. No H.
Oh.
Pirate Metal, not Hailstorm, although I have seen them and I do like them as well, and yes, she's hot.
Does Ailstorm have a sexy pirate queen, or...?
No, it's a Scottish dude with a gravelly voice.
Alright,
Pretty much nailed it.
Oh, God. I've got a metal band that my mate is in, that's pretty good, called Gorehead. They're good.
Okay. I know. Ari Prostate mentions Sepultura in the chat.
Oh, classics.
Misspelled it, I know. I've seen them live. I've seen Within Temptation live, Nightwish live. I love so many bands.
I like Nightwish.
I really do. I like them, yeah. I like Within Temptation a little more, but, you know.
Are they power metal, or are they just like melodic death metal? It sounds like a melodic death metal band.
Melodic, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, I might have them.
I like loads of different types of metal, though, and I think that's one of the great things. Metal is it's a blanket term for lots of different types of music, and you've got to remember here, you cannot kill the metal.
No, even Jimi Hendrix is considered metal. Grunge
tried to kill the metal; it failed. I'm trying to think of the words from the Tenacious D song here. You can't do it. You cannot defeat it. You can't defile the metal. You'll be stricken down to the ground.
Here it is, Tenacious D, the metal.
That song
tried to kill the metal. Actually, punk didn't try to kill the metal. They kind of coexisted, but stayed away from each other.
As we know, the metal outlived the punk.
It did, actually. New Wave tried to kill the metal, but they failed.
Any of you little new wave faggots can actually do one. I absolutely despise that music.
Technically, my favourite band is
You're not going to say Linkin Park or Limp Bizkit, are you?
They're not new wave. That's new wave. That's new wave. I think he meant 80s new wave.
Was that new metal? I think I remember someone using
new
that
metal.
term.
Yeah, no, he meant new wave as in New Order. And
metal about what you're doing. You're allowing Mike Chioda to Chioda, whatever.
Shinoda,
you're allowing that dickhead to rap. Do not let him rap. Okay.
Rap.
Oh,
he's a good singer though.
Yeah.
But Chester's better. Or was better.
Was.
See, that was sad. That was a sad death. I don't.
It's also Magpie in the chat. I have seen the first two bands you mentioned. I've seen them both.
I can't stand Fall Out Boy.
I quite liked them because I saw them when they were touring from Under the Cork Tree. No. Is that the name? Whatever it was with Dance Dance and Sugar We're Going Down. That album, that was the album I saw them for before they went incredibly poppy. And Panic at the Disco just released their first album, and they were fantastic.
Somebody just said that Hendrix is not metal; he's progressive classic rock. He's not progressive rock.
I don't know if he might be considered prog rock to an extent. I mean, I know you're expecting like a 20-minute keyboard solo here, like Genesis or some shit.
Genesis didn't actually do that.
No, I know, but Genesis is considered prog rock as well for some reason.
But that's the Peter Gabriel era.
I mean, Coheed and Cambria are thought of as prog rock, and
They're prog metal, yeah.
they are. I love Claudio Sanchez's music. I think with Jimi Hendrix's very eclectic style,
But
it
his
is.
main style is metal. I mean, what we would consider metal today
I
is like
wonder
Sabbath and Zeppelin.
when he did the national anthem on his guitar, and everyone was listening to it.
That was probably the
I
heaviest thing in the world back then.
couldn't tell
Hmm.
how high he was when he was doing it.
I think he was very high. You know, Carlos Santana was high during that as well, you know.
Oh, Santana is fucking awesome.
You know what he said? He was on LSD and his guitar turned into a snake. I was just like,
There's so much about him.
he's all right. He makes a lot of mistakes, apparently. One of my mates who plays guitar, like, I love him, but he makes a lot of mistakes. But maybe that's just sloppiness.
Interesting. Zeppy says Zeppelin isn't metal.
Well, they're
That's
not real. I mean,
it's
technically, neither
one of
is
those very
Sabbath. But...
subjective. A lot of people will say, "Oh, but they are because they're this type of metal," and I think that's where it gets quite
Well,
because then someone will say, "Oh, yes, but metal is this," and it gets quite.
well,
It gets quite
technically, they're heavy rock / hard rock, but it's basically metal. It's proto metal.
Well, it's certainly a debate for other people to have.
Well,
I'm not a huge Zeppelin fan,
in
so I don't.
terms of mainstream metal, there's Sabbath, Zeppelin, Blue Cheer, Deep Purple. There's loads of others actually. Budgie. Budgie later.
Are Def Leppard considered this as well?
Yeah, they're metal. No, they're metal because they formed in the late 70s, so they're
Right.
metal.
Right.
Guns N' Roses aren't really metal, really. They're hard rock, modern hard rock.
Yeah, some. I don't know anyone that's ever said that Guns N' Roses were metal.
They're not heavy enough, although they're kind of, rock.
I think any credibility they had to metal was absolutely annihilated by that Chinese democracy. Although a lot of people then say, but that wasn't really Guns N' Roses. Well, unfortunately, it's music under that name. So
I mean, they were heavy enough to tour with Metallica, so there's that.
Isn't Axl Rose singing for AC/DC now?
No, he was covering while the guy was ill, but he's not there with he's not with
Well,
them anymore.
No, the singer, he retired. Brian.
Did he? No, he's
He
still there.
retired. Did he retire?
No. Oh yeah, he has. Yeah, you're right. Wow.
But I would assume that they're not going to be touring anymore because I think he retired during their last tour
Yeah, he did.
because of hearing issues. And that guy, I'll be honest, I'm surprised he hasn't had more sooner because he still drives really old cars you wind up to start.
He said he still wants to record though.
Sorry?
He said he wants to record, but he can't tour basically because he's
Well,
got
that's nothing wrong with.
problems.
There's nothing wrong with AC/DC doing that if they so choose to. I mean, let's face it, there are some bands that aren't big enough to be able to do that, and touring is taxing on your family.
I mean,
Metallica, it's an argument. This is again another true thing about metal. Everyone has their favorites, and people rail on other bands all the time. People can say Metallica sucks. It is an argument that can be had by many, many people because it's definitely one of the subjective things. It's like okay, so I know that they're not metal, but all my friends love Nirvana.
Oh,
yeah. And I just don't give a fuck about Nirvana.
I've
just never cared. Never cared once.
And I like the first one. That's interesting. In Utero is the best one.
Honestly, preferred Foo Fighters.
I like Foo Fighters.
Cream.
I could never get into.
Cream. Oh my god, Cream.
Cream, yeah, Cream.
Oh dear, oh dear. Do you gays like the band Cream?
Cream's good.
Love it.
The thing is, though, prog rock gets a bad stick. It's not fair.
It does. I think there's a good band I saw. Okay, not a band, but I went and saw Jules Holland play at my university.
Really?
Yeah. I got a picture with him afterwards as he was bolting out the back door to get into his car to run away, and I was like, "Yeah, no, you're not getting away with that picture." And he really wanted to get the picture done so he can get in the car before everyone else jumped out. Like, we got to do the picture first, fam. But that was fantastic. He had the singer from Soft Cell.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, they did tour with each other. He's still good.
And it was so much fun. All the saxophones and the really hot girl that was playing on the stage as well. She was hot. I don't know what she was doing, but she was hot. But he got in the car with Jules. I assume he was about to bang her.
Probably.
But couldn't get away from me. So that sucked for him.
Alright, Prostate said that Creeping Death is the best Metallica song ever. What's your favourite?
What Metallica song?
Yeah.
The one that goes feelings. Well, I don't give a fuck
The
about Metallica.
Unnamed Feeling?
I don't know anything about Metallica really. I've listened to them. I won't deny it. I like listening to some music. I don't really pay attention to the song. I'm the worst person for names. Okay, for 3 years at university, I lived with the same 3 people and I couldn't name them, even though I spoke to them every single day. I couldn't name the street I lived on because I was drunk for two and a
No,
half
we didn't
years.
say Cream was
And when it
prog
comes to
rock.
song names, it's even
Yeah.
worse. Right? When Linkin
Yeah.
Park's first album came out, I'd listen to it, and people asked me what song was my favorite. I didn't like the songs at all. I hated it. Right? I was 16 and I was like, song number 6, which I think I lucked out on because that was the song In the End, which was very popular then.
Yeah.
I lucked out.
Can I just say something to Zeppy? We never said Cream was prog rock. We were talking more about heavy music.
I never said Cream was
They're
prog.
psychedelic, but they're pretty heavy.
I'm not gonna get into the debate on what is and is not prog rock. I always base the standard now on whether or not it has incredibly long keyboard solos or whether it's Coheed and Cambria.
Well,
I like Coheed and Cambria. I've seen them.
most prog rock isn't like that.
True, I know.
So
But they
like,
get that bad rap from it.
Pink Floyd isn't like that. Genesis isn't actually like that. Although it
There
is
are
keyboard
some,
heavy.
Yeah,
That's
there
because
is
the-
a lot
the-
of keyboard in that.
That's because the main songwriter is basically he's the one with the most influence. Phil Collins wasn't the one with the most
I've been
influence.
to a lot of gigs, and there are very few bands that I like listening to with a keyboard. Dragon Force is probably one of the very few, because it's more of a ambience noise, not so front and center. And when it does, it's quite pleasant. I know people going like, Black Dragon Force is shit live. They were shit live, or they're shit music, and they probably were shit or are shit to you. But to me, I quite enjoy I like the fantasy element. It's quite nice, and I can play most of their songs on guitar. So
If you like Rainbow but don't like or Dio but don't like Dragon Force because it's fantasy, then what the fuck are you on about?
Dio is awesome. I love that he was in the Pick of Destiny album, and he talks about he starts singing in that. I think it was like one of the last things he was ever a part of as well before he passed. It was Pick of Destiny, and it was awesome. I know people rag on that, but I think it's funny.
Dave Grohl is the devil in that, and he's brilliant.
Oh, when he talks about filling, I'm gonna take him to hell. I'm gonna fill him with my hot demon gel. I'm gonna make him squeal like a Scarlet Pimpernel. And he's so funny. Just knowing that Grohl recorded that shit, and there's some videos of them talking about it, and then the guy who played the devil in the film sat there talking as if he's the devil about how they made the film with him being the devil. It was so funny.
I wish they'd do a third album.
They have.
They did?
It's called Rise of the Phoenix.
Was it good?
Yeah, actually, I actually didn't mind it. It is a bit of a joke album, like the first two. They're working on a fourth album.
I mean,
which I didn't think they'd do, to be honest. I didn't think they'd do it. But I'm glad they are.
To be fair, it wouldn't be Tenacious D if it wasn't a comedy album.
Yeah. Dio is the greatest metal vocalist ever. Fact. Don't start that. Like it's a very it depends on what vocal style, for example, first of all, and what music was complementing their voice.
Yeah, I prefer Rainbow to Dio.
When I hear people say Rainbow, I think of the TV show as Jeopardy.
All right, Jeopardy. So anyway, I've got to ask you another question. Who are your...
Wait, there were questions?
Yeah, I see. It goes anywhere we want. But
right.
This is number 2. And
how many questions are there?
About 3. I don't know.
Oh, that's okay then.
I might even forget to even ask it. It doesn't really matter. But who are your influences, by the way?
Sorry?
Who are your main influences? Who inspired you to make the content that you do, but also like you continues to inspire you to do things?
When I was first looking at stuff on YouTube, and the thing that, and I used it in a video today, the straw that broke the camel's back. I was watching a Geek and Sundry video with Will Wheaton playing a board game, and it was a good board game. And in the sidebar, or he mentioned, I believe in passing, no, it was Chris Clue. He was on there. And I looked him up on Twitter and I followed him and I thought, this is interesting. And he's talking about this Gamergate thing, and he linked a video by Anita Sarkeesian. So I clicked it and I watched it and I was like, why did he like this? She's talking about an army of feminists. This isn't progressive. This isn't no, this isn't good. This is hateful. It's not hate speech, of course. That's nonsense. And then next to it were two videos. One was by Karen Strawn, and the other was a video by Repsion, where I think the title was simply Anita Sarkeesian is a lying shit. Or something to that effect. And I clicked it and I was like, okay, so he's quite emotional, but he's right. And I watched Karen Strawn's videos. I binge watched her old content because obviously the newer stuff, I wish she was back in the kitchen. Honestly, that was such a funny dynamic as well. And I remember commenting on that. I was like, I miss your kitchen. It's like, I miss it too. I miss it so much. And then Repsion, he carried on doing these videos and I quite enjoyed it. And then next to him, there was a video of a guy with about, at the time, 3,000 subscribers. This little known channel. If you haven't heard of him, you should go subscribe to him. He's called Sargon of Akkad.
Did he really have 3,000 back then?
Back when I first found him, he only had 3,000 subscribers. He was just this fat bearded fuck in a kitchen using the microphone built into his laptop. It was horrific. It was almost as bad as the audio on my earliest videos,
And
which you can hear. Right, if I take the pop filter away, you can hear me doing this all the time, which was really annoying as fuck. And it got to the point where I was using a headset, so I didn't realize I didn't know how to cut the breathing out. And I also at the time was very congested, so all you could ever hear was me going, which didn't help at all.
Yeah.
They were the ones that inspired me. And then the 2015 general election came around, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this for 7 minutes. And I thought, this is, I was proud that I'd done it. I didn't have an avatar at the time. It took me a while to get one. I think it was only when I joined the B list that I finally settled on the new set with the like the Cthulhu headgear on a suited guy. And then obviously over the years, that has transformed, regenerated into what people now see. But not on this stream, of course, but
as I used to say.
Yes. I remember that as well. I don't mind that. I actually miss that because people now call me Squid Cunt. So I'm like, no, Cunt Thulu.
Don't worry, I'll say it more.
Yeah, I might just drop it in Discord. I'll just put it on Discord as like Cunt Thulu MITCH 2015.
He was 2015, a long time ago.
Yeah. Because I remember I was the one that got you into the B-list Skype group.
Yeah, and people were like, "This guy's gonna fit in."
Yeah,
I
and
remember saying that.
I was trying to kick you out because you and I were absolutely hammering him.
I really don't remember him wanting to kick me out in particular.
Oh, he did, because we were reaming him for his fascination with Laura.
But Lauren.
Sorry, yeah.
Old man moment then.
And I'm sorry, I was because someone in my voice chat on Discord. It's called Laura. And but anyway, after seeing the general election,
I want to get her on here just to talk about that.
Lol. I want to get her on a stream sometime. Actually, I would love to do that. I might reach out to her. But I've spoken to her once in 3 years, and I would love to talk to her again. But anyway, after doing that video, I saw Feminism for Nobody. He left a comment on a Good Fella video. I went to his channel and I commented on one of his videos because his videos were funny.
They were,
so funny. And he then reached out to me and said, "How'd you find my channel?" And I said, "Through Goodfellas video." And he then invited me to the B-List Skype group. And obviously, if you think of who was in that group at the time, Lauren Southern, Undoomed, that Skype group was busy for a long time. And I remember we changed it once. Griffix, obviously, she joined. Sargon groomed Spino and Griffix, and look how that worked out.
Yeah.
Not groomed us. not sexually, just to confirm.
Yeah. Not sexually.
He did not groom them. Yeah. He doesn't groom lesbians or German twat waffles.
Oh, German, yeah, we used to call it German, yeah. For those of you who don't understand, Dutch people and German people do not get along, especially after World War II.
People seem to think that like the Germans would surely have a bigger rival with us, 2 world wars and 1 World Cup.
No, it's the Dutch.
But no, it's the Dutch, which makes no fucking. It's a football thing.
It's just not just football. It is, warfare and stuff over the centuries. And World War II was obviously the peak because they did steal their bikes. They did actually. They stole the bikes.
All that matters is that we won.
We won.
Fuck you, Germany.
But anyway, beat us in Holland, actually, the Germans.
I met so many creators through that. I mean, I remember meeting Mim. I invited him on there as well. You, obviously, within a couple of days, because I'd messaged you a couple times.
I don't even remember who added me.
I did because
Oh, was it you?
I was the one that vetted you to join. I was like, I've met this guy. Can
Hmm.
I add him? Yeah, okay, cool. And Nim as well. Many others since then, and obviously
Hmm.
that's now. The Skype group still exists, but no one really uses it.
Yeah.
Discord is the one they use mostly, and the Twitter DMs. And I'm on both, so I message whenever I drop videos in.
I'm not
Whenever
gonna lie, it got a bit too cancerous for me in the end.
the amount of times people get kicked or asked me to re-add them.
Yeah.
Bane 666. He's like the pod father of all that as
Yeah.
well. I love Bane.
He should network more. He's
On a
got a knack for it.
more serious note,
Hmm.
when Mum died, he every single day called me just to make sure I was okay.
Oh.
That was so nice of him. And Stacey King, and then Litmus Anonymous as well.
Yeah.
There were a couple others as well, but Bane was the first one, and he's such a nice guy for
Yeah.
for a massive misogynist.
Yeah, for a massive MRA faggot, he's like a
sexist, faggoty,
Aussie. Yeah.
cunt.
Oh,
I bet
right, I'm from Melbourne. I expect him to sound like, "Yeah, good day, mate. All right." He's like, "Oh, you're hello, you all right?" No, what? Whoa. Yeah, he's so soft spoken.
Calm down, Bane. That's way too much.
He's just so soft spoken. I was not expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a metalhead, by the way.
He is. He and I have talked about this on a number of occasions. Both of us have quite long hair.
Wait, do you have like proper long hair, or is it kind of curly?
My hair goes down to around about the. My hair is very very curly, but the curls are mostly sort of halfway down to the bottom now because obviously how long it is. Whenever I had it shorter, it almost looked like an afro, like Ray Taro's hair. But my hair's about down to, I'd say, my elbow, so
it's
middle
funny,
of my back.
When my hair grows out, it becomes an afro, but it's wavy, so it goes down.
Mine wouldn't, but obviously I lived in Lowestoft and then lived in Deal and then in Norwich, and the wind in all three of those locations is horrific. So it knotted my hair up, it just curled, and I was like, you know what? I'll just wash it. I'm not going to get dreads because honestly, that's bad. But I'm like, I can't tolerate. Thumb this down. Who did that? Is that because of the metal stuff? Anyway, it just curled because of the wind.
The B list. God, you're making me remember things now. Like
I remember Spino once, right? Yeah. I changed his name to Lauren's hedgehog had just died, and I changed his name to Hedgehog Fucker, and he DM'd me. I get angrily saying, I will kick you out of the group if you don't change it back. I'm like, wouldn't matter if you kicked me out of the group. Your name will still be Hedgehog.
Do you reckon that set him on the path? Me,
no. He allowed himself. He allowed himself to. I mean, he admitted that he probably did always have these political views anyway, but it wasn't until he grew a bit more and understood more that he was able to cement his beliefs, and that's fine. It just so happens, though, that you are wrong. I just want you to understand this, spineless foreskin. You are wrong.
Wrong.
WKD Blue burn. That shit is terrible.
Absolutely trumped.
Oh, yeah. I loved how triggered... No offense to Spino, because he used to make some amazing content, and I wish he'd put that back out. Because even though it was somewhat cringy, it was interesting to hear someone so young saying what people refused to say.
And another thing was he was getting better. Like, he was making some pretty... I thought he was getting more extreme in his anti-feminism, and then, whoa, complete 180. Like, what is it, the feminism is terrorism thing? That he had a series about how bad it can be and what it influences, and then...
Yeah, I mean, I know people... I remember Kraut, before he obviously fell off the radar, did a video talking about Robin Gething and other people that Creationist Cat and people who influence Spino.
Do you mean the one... Oh, did you see the one about the community and how it's...
Yeah, that one.
I helped him with that.
The whole, standards people... I mean, I still hold reasonable standards. For example, with doxing. I do not dox. I don't support it or condone it. I don't get involved in it. And I make it a point, I do not talk to anyone who has ever been involved in it. And I think that's a reasonable position to hold. I mean, I've not been doxed. And I think it's a solid place to stand. If someone did, I'd be pretty fucked off about it.
Yeah.
But to be malicious to go out of your way to do it to someone, because even if you've got the information, the fact you've even obtained it means you've done it not just out of curiosity, but because you think it's, I don't know, it seems like a power play sometimes.
Hmm.
It's quite tricky and murky, and I think anyone looking for that information,
You know, now that you mention it,
really, he's setting himself up to lose, you know?
Sargon was actually shilling them Griffiths and Spino, wasn't
Did
he?
he grabbed, okay, so what happened was he joined the B list.
Yeah, he did for a bit. Yeah.
He pulled them both out
Mm.
into a hangout, and within about a month, Griffiths went up to about 30k,
Mm.
and Spino went up to about 10k or 9. He was on there forever. Hell, I surpassed him while he was still on 9
Mm.
because he was so inconsistent. If I saw Spino in real life, Zeppi, I would give him a hug because I know damn well the damage I can do with one.
Do you mean in terms of his feelings, or?
Yeah,
I was wondering then because I thought you could give him a
I
bear
would, I
hug.
would, I would. How many feelings is equal to ribs?
How many ribs do we have?
I don't know. When I know the number, that's how many feelings I'm going to break.
Because men have
I'm
less
kidding.
than
I'm
women.
kidding. I wouldn't actually. If I saw him, I'd just cross the street. I just
Yeah.
walk past him. He doesn't know me, so it doesn't matter.
He
I
knows
don't
what
care
I look
enough
like,
about him.
though. Oh.
I know what he looks like. He looks like that lesbian. Where's the money, Spino?
Where's the money? Yeah. Well, he's not with her anymore, so it's not his
Oh, really?
problem, I guess. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I thought his girlfriend was actually cute.
Ugh.
I thought she was attractive.
I never saw a proper photo of her.
I did. She had a nice face.
Yeah, and she wondered how easy it was to find her, because it was like V found her instantly.
Yeah, he narrowed it down to the whole country of Qatar. Oh shit!
Oh
Dogs.
shit! Oh, or as Luce DeVoe says, cutter,
Yeah. Yes, I heard that.
cutter. Politics and philosophy. I love Luce DeVoe's accent.
Yeah.
Everything has to be an A or
His
a
accent is quite
New York,
yes.
but it's regional New York. It's not the city
I
of New York.
was going to say common, but New York sounds better.
It's he's from Buffalo, so but I would have thought he sounded like a Canadian because that's right on the border, and he does have Canadian ancestry, but he doesn't. Because you know, like in Michigan and Dakota and all those other places on the border, they all sound like Canadians.
I don't know enough about. Well, actually, Michigan. I've got a patron in Middleville, I think, and her accent is nothing like Canadian.
Minnesota.
I think it just depends on. It might just be a border thing.
I expected him to sound like Fargo, to be honest.
I think once you start sounding like a Canadian, you should kill yourself.
Yeah, fucking leaves.
Sorry.
What's worse, a French frog? No, an old world frog or a fucking leaf frog?
Well, it does depend on which province, because even Canadians don't like Quebec.
Do you mean like? Isn't there like more provinces than just Quebec? There's other French Canadian provinces, right? Or is it just Quebec?
I don't know. I'm not Canadian. I know all the provinces. I just don't know whether any have got French.
Maybe I should tweet at
Not like British
Otaku.
Columbia, which
Yeah.
if it was actually a French Canadian thing, would be hilarious to know it's called British Columbia.
Britannique Columbia. Or something like that.
Nova Scotia.
That's Scottish, that you know.
Alberta, sorry. Yeah, Ontario, I think.
I used to have problems saying Ontario.
It didn't take me long to work it out.
I thought it was like a weird spelling that you don't actually pronounce, but you do just say Ontario. It was weird.
Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't care enough either because it's Canada.
Yeah, nobody
remember,
cares about Canada.
Canada, you kneel before our queen.
Yes, you do.
Remember that.
Bend the knee.
Oh yes.
Bend the knee, Jon Snow. So like have you like been following the recent developments online about the liberalists and stuff like that? What do you think of that? Would you ever be a part of it, or would you rather just stay on your own? And
as always, I stay out of it.
Yeah,
I always do. I've been consistent for nearly 3 years.
I'm probably gonna go see Sargon at some point though, because I'm curious.
I will go to see him live when he does one in the southeast. I can't afford to go up north.
I can afford to go up to Scarborough.
Also, I have work. I have priorities, responsibilities for now, and I think I won't get involved, but I would love to go to a meetup in the southeast. I would love to go see a live show if it was in the southeast, because I will heckle him. I will heckle him.
Yeah, I
I
probably would.
And if he's in a meetup, I will just stand next to him and put my elbow on top of his head.
I've met him.
And I know he's a
He is.
miniaturized human.
He's similar size to me.
Yes, I saw a thing in a vlog of you walking past someone, and you
Yeah.
look like the gangliest walker I've ever seen. Like your
My
legs are so thin.
They're not that thin, to be fair. It's actually mostly muscle in my legs.
I think it might just been what you just that
Yeah,
day.
I had those skinny trousers on, but
But
at least I fit them. You know what I mean? Other people don't.
If I put skinny jeans on, I wouldn't get one of my legs through both of them put together. Because I cycle a lot.
They're surprisingly comfy, those ones.
But I think, honestly, no, fuck off. I'm not wearing. I have a penis. I'm not gonna have that happen.
Also, my shirt was showing my neck, which is quite long.
Yeah,
for
but as
for
far
me.
as like joining things like we talked about this off air before we came on. As
As
far as
Uzilu's video, a wild, charming man appears.
with the liberalist thing, I don't mind that Sargon's doing it because I think I get his position. I think it's a silly one when you could try and take back liberal, but I get that it's gotten to the point where I don't think you can.
No.
I'm not going to crap on him because I know he didn't want to be political, but he is invested in this now because of how things have gone with the label he identified with. I think with what Andy Warski's done is, and I'm going to say this live because I think this is really silly. I think it's hilarious that you trademarked liberalist. I think that's hilarious.
It's free advertising.
But I think it's fascinating that when you change direction to go more political and people criticize you for it, you get upset. But when you go and do it to someone else, it's absolutely fine. That is a double standard.
Yeah.
It's not right. I'm not going to be critical of Andy because it's your business. You do whatever. But I think it's interesting how sensitive you've gotten to criticism, and yet someone has to deal with it from you.
You see, I can understand why he is sensitive in a way. Yeah. It's partly his life experience, although he does lean on that a bit too much.
I'm not going to take away from his lived experience because I'm a good feminist.
Well, then he uses it as an excuse a bit too much, far too much for somebody his age. But then there's, I remember just before the transition into what he is now, he was getting a lot of, I thought, completely unfair flack from people like Theron Mayer and...
Oh, Theron Mayer is absolutely batshit insane these days.
What did he even do? What did he do to her?
I'll be honest, Andy's not helping this either, because then he'll then just start saying, would you want to suck on Theron's dick and things like that, and being so denigrating to the point where I think there is no way that any decent conversation could happen. Because
the thing with that is she's telling him to not be offensive when he's saying, you're doing this to me, so I'm going to be even more offensive, which I thought was a fair thing to say.
I get it.
So he's doing it to wind her up.
Which is why I don't get involved in this, because I watch it and I'm thinking, this is... I mean, I know Bloodsports is very popular, and I do get it because I listen to it when I'm at work, and it does, when I'm hearing people shout at each other and mopping a floor, time just flies. But I think with some people, you're not going to get that kind of discussion. And I think I personally don't do it because I don't care. I just have no reason to.
They think I don't want them to do it, but I actually do want them to do it.
With others, I mean, it's always going to be about the chemistry of the people involved. I think if people have a naturally more emotionally charged personality, you're going to get fantastic entertainment, Kumite style. But if you've got two versions of me, you're not.
No.
It's just not entertaining to watch me talk to me.
And I'm incredibly, what's the word? Inconsistent. Yeah.
Inconsistent.
I am inconsistent. Sometimes I can be really animated on the stream and, completely, entertain people. Other times I can just be like, whatever.
Yeah, I think it depends on... It depends on the chemistry. I know that it's a business thing, and we talked about that. But as far as to go back to the liberalist, I have no interest in being involved because I'm not a liberal. I'm not interested in what he does. I'm interested in seeing how it plays out, because if this goes down some paths, I could talk about that in content. But I'm not interested. As far as seeing him live goes, yeah, I'm down for that. If he doesn't meet up, as I said, in the southeast, I'll go to it. I'll probably get a picture. I'll probably see about turning up in a Cookie Monster onesie and a Cthulhu gear.
You should definitely do that.
That'd be kind of cool. I've been talking to Magog, and we were trying to find a decent seller or maker who could do a like a full headgear for me, make it like rubbery, and I could just put some baby oil on it or something to moisten it. And get some tentacle hands, which would be kind of cool.
So what I want to know is, what is your favourite meme at the moment?
Mine is and will always be the sandwich wench meme.
Obviously, but apart from your own meme, what like...
No, when I first heard this, okay, so I know it's probably going to be considered dead now. I still think it's quite funny. But it's that Do You Know Dewey?
Oh, Ugandan Knuckles, yeah.
Because I've used it in my 7 Days to Die streams, where some random people have joined a server, and they did it. I did it, right? We said to them, we asked with the chat, we asked them, we said it, if they didn't know the answer, because we were talking, this person couldn't hear us. If they didn't get the answer right, I'd kill them. But they didn't know this. So I typed in the chat, "Do you know Dewey?" And he simply replied, "You fucking what?" I was like, right, everyone else add him and tell me where he is. And he's strolling up the road where my house is, and I walk straight up to him and put a club through his face.
This is a game, by the way, guys. He's not actually killing anybody.
Yeah, video game. 7 Days to Die. He died. I looted his bag, and then I wrote in the chat, he did not know Dewey. Spit on him.
Did you teabag him?
And he replied, "You fat fucking nigger," and rage quit.
Oh, that's the best kind of rage quit, when they say something like that and then run away.
I've asked Otter. Oh no, I did Otterface as well. I killed Otterface.
What? Because she didn't know Dewey?
She didn't reply. I was like, she didn't know Dewey. So I held my bow there for a good long minute. She just stood there, and I typed in the chat, "Do you know Dewey?" And she didn't reply. Like, bang, dead.
I love that meme as well. I quite like what do I like at the moment? I like Savage Patrick. That's not too bad.
Oh,
with the face.
Yes.
I like. Oh God, there's one that's escaping me now. Shit. PewDiePie did a review of it, and I did a review of it. Wait, let me go have a look.
You reviewed a number of memes.
Let's have a look.
Sorry. Is that the language from the meme?
God damn it! Where is it?
Spit on him.
Spit on him, my brothers. Did you see Science and Atheist's most recent video?
2 videos.
Oh yeah, like 3 or 4 actually, wasn't it?
Yeah. Dropped them all very quickly.
Hello, I am the Cheddar Man.
You've been away for too long, Si. You've been away too long. I missed you, my brother.
I missed you, my brother. Have some Ebola.
Find a queen.
Where is it now? God damn it! I did a review of it. Well, Trumpet Boy's not bad, but that's dead.
Okay.
I hate Skedaddle Skedoodle. That's annoying.
I did start one briefly, where I managed to get people to simply say "moist" Twitter in a Twitter thread. Undoom did it. The Britisher did it. Irate Bear did it. Cognitive Thought did it. They even got Styx Hexenhammer to do it.
Really? Did he do this clanking of the spoons and everything?
No. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do this now. It's simply moist. Because people talk about who says it best. Like, nobody says it better than me. And I think it was a very funny discussion. The Britisher corrected Undoom's. Undoom got really close to the microphone and went moist in his gravelly voice.
Whoa!
So just happened as well.
One of my meme review, my Ugandan Knuckles review, got removed from YouTube.
Really?
I've not had an email about that.
You may want to check your spam filter.
Yeah. I checked it recently, and
that would be unfortunate.
It's on the
anyway,
I'm on the wrong. Hang on, I'm on the wrong thing.
Like 4 different versions of him saying "moist." Weeboo Jones did a version as well, which is quite funny. Yeah, I got a lot of entries for that. That one little bit. I wanted to get Poisoning the Well to do it. They didn't do it, so I might just be like, "So Fane, say moist." Do it. Do it now.
Oh, wait, it's there. Oh, it's there. Sorry, it is there. But apparently my third meme review or something was removed for violating YouTube's terms of service. But I don't know which one that was.
Couldn't tell you. I'm sorry.
It says deleted video. I don't remember a deleted video.
Do you have back?
I'll have a look after it, guys. Don't worry, I'll check it out. Maybe it was me and I just don't remember.
Well,
I don't remember a video getting flagged.
you'd be told.
Yeah, I would have been told. I mean, I've had some copyright things, but nothing. Nah, you guys. But yeah, I can't remember what the meme was. But yeah, I hated skedaddle skedoodle. You know, skedaddle skedoodle, your dick is now a noodle. Oh my god.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I tell you who's my favourite real life living meme, and that is Myers. I love Matt Myers. You know.
Oh yeah.
Myers Patrol. I am not a rapist. I am gay and I'm a furry. Just like, okay, that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a gift that keeps on giving, and that face. Just the things you could do with that face.
With I don't know what to say to it, to be honest.
Have you seen Scrump's JF memes?
No, I don't pay attention. Okay, so I don't know.
I'm not talking about the drama, just the memes themselves.
No, I don't know anything about JF, so I don't pay attention.
Okay, I won't talk about.
I know that people talk about. Someone I keep seeing it in my timeline about him wanting to impregnate an autistic woman or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion about that. I mean,
but I don't really care.
But from what I've read, she seemed to be cognizant of what she was doing.
Yeah, I don't really see what the. I read it and I thought, what? I'm looking at my hand and there's nothing in it. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's all the fucks I can give.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. I just don't care. Who gives a fuck who he wants to fuck or impregnate?
I don't know. It's just, I think it's the fact that the alt-right thing, I think that's why people give a fuck, I think. Because, you know, they're all about those white babies and all that, innit? That's what they like.
Protect the white
race.
White. Yes.
Adam Race-Warski now.
I don't. Adam Race, Jats only Warski, yes. I
love that. That's a good meme.
I don't take issue too much if you want to preserve racial identity. It's the method you go about it when you're talking about it. Like, you can talk about wanting to preserve white people, fine. But how are you going to do it without breaching democracy? And you can't. You have to use authoritarianism, and you have to use force if necessary.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of people who preach for ethno-states don't actually want, they just want to maintain the status quo. They don't want an ethno-state. They don't want a state that's all white. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
that's
makes sense.
Discussions I've had with people, and they're like, it's not a case of wanting an all-white country. It's a case of maintaining what we currently have percentage-wise.
Yeah, I don't care.
I just don't care. People say, I'm falling asleep as you're talking. You can see my eyes, they're closing, right? But shut up.
Exactly. Oh my god. Like, I'm glad that... What did you think about... Oh, if I can remember what I was going to say now. What did you think about Lauren Sutton getting denied entry into the UK?
I remember seeing Otterface tweet about it, and she was talking about them being... what was it? It was she mentioned that they... she was listing off different celebrities, and I was talking about I'm not so much interested in who they banned as long as they're consistent with it. And the first thought that came to my mind, someone said that was the point that she was making. I don't think that's the point Otterface made at all, actually. Otterface was just pointing out different names. It's not showing consistency at all, or pointing out that there is consistency. That's just showing names. It means nothing to me. I was thinking about it, and I was like, we allow people back into this country after they've gone off on real jihads. We are so inconsistent on hate crime law. We are so inconsistent on hate speech. We are unbelievably one of the most embarrassing nations on the planet for this at the moment. And I don't believe anyone should be banned from this country for what they say. And they think she's a far-right activist. 5 seconds of research would show she's not. She's a Pakistani man that's a libertarian.
Well, she claims to be a libertarian.
And she claimed to be Pakistani as well.
This is the thing with the Lauren Southern thing. Like, in my opinion, I don't think they should have banned them just for what they think. I mean, they claim that guy's speech, Brittany Pettibone's boyfriend, his speech would apparently cause public disorder or something. Whether or not he is writing speeches that demands that you do something to minorities or what have you, I don't know. They've not actually shown any evidence of that yet. Nobody has.
To me how sensitive people are,
Like,
especially those in the music community. Because I saw a lot of Periscope videos today while I was waiting for Tommy's speech, which was on his channel fucked because somebody didn't plug in his microphone on that end. But I watched these Periscope videos of people arguing, Muslims arguing against people who were saying, look, you need to call out these issues within Islam. But they weren't addressing the criticisms levied at them about Islam. They were just attacking that person who was pointing this out. It's like, you're not constructive here. You are very much useless. You're embarrassing us.
Yeah, and like, to get back to my point, like, okay, it was wrong. I think it was wrong for them to do that. They think she should be let in because she wasn't making any of those speeches. But the thing is, she should have expected something like this was going to happen at some point because they think she's all right because she only ever hangs around in those circles. Like, all you ever see is her doing these things. And then there's the thing in Italy where she was basically doing vigilante justice. Like, what she did there was not a legal act whatsoever.
I'll agree. She's not done herself any favors. But I don't think that.
And how can she sue a country? Technically, what we've done is within the bounds of our law.
We've done more for one white woman than we could for any number of people that have come here and then raped our children.
Exactly. But that's the thing, isn't it? Like, I mean, technically speaking, that her lawsuit has no weight because our country can actually do that. Even if it's hypocritical, technically speaking, the government can say no for whatever reason. And it kind of exposed a lot of hypocrisy because on the left, the SJW is like, yes, border controls are working, and on the right, like, oh my god, these border controls that we want aren't working anymore. Change it. And then I just thought that was funny. Although I wouldn't go as far as Was Lee seemed to be very anti Lawrence Southern in what he's been tweeting out, but I'm more in the case of, look,
I bet you the moment she was banned from the country, Spinosaurus Kim was sat there rubbing one off.
Yes, revenge.
Like, get sick of it, Laura. Oh, progressive.
Who's the autistic one now?
Yeah. It surprised me with him because he's a bit funny about it.
Have you ever seen him and you, James, in the same room?
No. I generally don't look at two dykes.
Well, do you remember you, James?
I remember you, James.
With that nasal voice and the way he would condescend.
To be honest, you James's adenoids removed. That would have solved a lot of problems. Would have solved a lot of problems.
Yeah. Solved a lot of problems. Actually, I always thought Spino sounded a bit like him.
Yeah.
And that's why his impression was so good.
It was pretty OP.
Oh, God. Do you remember when I did those impressions videos?
I do remember those, yes.
The only person I couldn't impersonate properly was Sargon.
Well, it's very, very, it's quite difficult to...
Hello, everybody. Oh, welcome to This Week is Stupid.
Nah, you haven't got it.
Yeah, his voice is too deep. I can't do it.
And he smokes a lot, so...
Yeah, he does smoke. I need to smoke for another 10 years to get to that level.
Yeah.
Or drink. Like, just drink whiskey every day. That'll solve it.
Well, that could do you a favour, yeah. And also take a few years off your life.
Yeah. But, hey, if that means that I might miss out on Alzheimer's, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't think that Lauren Southern's to bring it back to that. I don't think her lawsuit is a good idea. Nor do I think that it's going to work. Nor do I really think that it's really about free speech. I don't know. You don't need to sue a country. How can you sue a country over that border control? It just doesn't make
honestly
sense.
don't know, but I'm interested to see how it plays out. Because
I'm not defending Britain for it. I actually condemned it, but you can't force a country to change. Well, I don't know. Actually, what is the point? What is the end goal of it? Of this lawsuit? What, money? Or do they want change? Political change?
I don't know.
I guess they did do a video on it, and I've not seen it yet, but it just doesn't make sense. And I will watch it. Don't worry, guys. Just so you know. It just, to me, it screams attention seeking, and that's exactly what they probably would have wanted. Oh, some money fell then. So, do you want to talk about anything else, or do you want to end it here?
I have nothing. I'm an empty head. I don't know what to add.
You're an airhead. Is that what you are?
An airhead, yes.
Oh, do you remember Bread and Circus? Was it Bread and Circuses?
Yeah, he grew real quick and he was doing well. And then he obviously became became a journalist and stepped away. I miss him because he used to make although he was pretty slow on the upload, he used to make some great videos.
Very, very long videos, more than even I did back in the day.
Yeah, I don't think even I made videos that long. I just don't have. I don't know. It's not something I'm comfortable with long gaps in, which I think he did.
Yeah, I couldn't
talk about nothing.
I prefer just a gap of 2 days. That's the limit, unless I have to.
Long pauses in the video.
Oh yeah, pauses. I just cut them out. Even on the camera, if there's a long pause, put a jump cut in there. It fixes everything. Even if it looks weird. And people don't like jump cuts.
Maybe I should do that in the future. Just make it look like a jump cuts with my cartoon avatar.
That'd be pretty funny. But is it even possible because it's audio and people don't tend to notice the audio jump cuts? I do.
I might just have the word jump cut written on screen. Hey, there was a jump cut there. Did you notice?
I do try to use less jump cuts now, to be honest. But sometimes if I mess up the quote unquote performance or the presentation, and I need to fix things, a jump cut will have to do, sadly. I mean, yeah. I'm not very good with fade-ins and fade-outs. Like, I can't seem to get them to look nice. They just look awkward.
I just don't do them.
Yeah, I don't. But with jump cuts, I feel like they serve a purpose, and that is to cut out mistakes and
I remember
keep the flow going.
Sean Head did that video about Milo Stewart. And I think she said, I'm not going to edit this video. And then it's like a few moments later, there was a series of jump cuts. I'm like, you fucking what, mate?
You what, mate? I tell you who's been really funny recently, Paul Joseph Watson.
He is quite a funny guy. I'll give him that.
But I've noticed he's been more funnier than usual.
People may not like what he says, but he does come across as quite comedic.
He didn't say "Imagine my shock" though. That would have been the icing on the cake.
I think he knows that's a meme now, and I fucking love it.
I wish he didn't.
I use it in videos all the time.
I just wish he didn't, so we'd keep on saying it.
Yeah. I quite like it. I think it's a good one.
Imagine my shock.
With his face on a T-shirt, I think people would. But
with the blown up lips, I love that one in particular.
Yeah. Because I think people would buy it if he did that. I don't know if he's interested in making money that way, but I think it would work for him.
Imagine my shock. Have you seen the compilation? Imagine my shock. Imagine my shock.
It's like the guy's got over 1 million subscribers.
I know.
Off being very brash, very abrasive, and he's got the personality to support it, and he's willing to just be blunt. Well researched.
The silent grin.
He's well researched from his perspective.
The mainstream media.
He does make mistakes, at least.
He does, yeah.
But he's very, he's got that personality. It just makes him very interesting.
I just like his voice. I don't even listen to him properly, really.
No, I do watch what he does because I want to know what people are ragging on him about.
Do you watch Dr. Layman?
No.
You don't watch Dr. Layman?
Barely makes anything.
He makes quite a few videos.
He barely uploads these days.
True, but my dude, you must watch my videos.
Yeah, but my dude, if you put a Hangout link in my chat, I will share it to 4chan.
Oh, my dude, I will share it to the swamp, and you will get raided.
He actually did that once, by the way. He took a Krautstream hangout and he put it on 4chan.
Yeah.
I think that was one of those ones where Ad was in it talking about postmodernism.
Postmodernism. Oh, Ad. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's in Kraut's server, and he did this little short video series on his second channel, Judge Ad Vidas.
Yeah, I saw.
People hated that. I don't understand. Ad's a lol cow, and that's what he. And if he wants to do that, he can do that.
In a really drunk state, Benny and I spent a good hour trying to get him to say, big boy. And he did. He was like, Who's a big boy? He actually said that. I had recorded for the longest time.
Is
Off air.
Benny still uploading? I've not seen anything recently.
I don't know.
Oh,
Who?
hello. Benny.
Benny, no. He's very infrequent now. I think real life work.
I'm
But
very
also I
busy
think
right now, Meg.
like myself, he's I think at some point he wants to move to the States to be with his girl, and
His
I
gal.
think he wants to sort that out. And I think that's more important to him, which is good.
I like how progressively over time he went more and more croakier.
Yeah, yeah. I did when I got my Joker avatar made, because I only had it made because he really liked the Halloween one I had 3 years ago nearly. So I asked Christina to make it for my current avatar. So she did. And then I said, could you do me a favor and put Benny in the suit as well in the armchair? And she did. So I've got an image of that, and I gave it to him as a gift. But it looks really, his avatar fully suited in a Joker outfit in my armchair. So
But with the gas mask and stuff.
Yeah, with the gas mask. And if I can get him on a stream at some point, I'll have them both in armchairs sat next to each other. It'd be kind of cool.
He still does like gaming videos occasionally though. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I did some Left 4 Dead with him not so long ago. But what the versus stuff was pretty cancerous. It was pretty cancerous.
I remember that. We used to call him that, right?
Yeah.
What was that? Why did we call him Bertie?
I don't know.
What was my nickname apart from the obvious?
I honestly don't remember anything
I
past.
think that was the only one.
I think Bashir was the only one.
Yeah, the meme that won't die.
I don't think it will, as long as people still like Star Trek.
Yeah. And him as an actor, Alexander Siddig, yeah.
I'll be honest, I also thought you looked very similar to oh fuck it, I don't know his name. From Battlestar Galactica.
What, the old guy or the young
No,
one?
no, not Adama. The guy who kept talking to the robot lady with the blonde hair. Trisha Helfer. Balzar?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
She's Canadian, by the way.
She's hot.
She's aight. Anyway, I think that's it for now. I think we've had a good run. I think that'll do it for this episode. So I'll just get your channel and put it in the description in case anybody doesn't know who you are. I mean, how could they not know who Cthulhu is?
Well, it's one of those things.
You know what I'd like? To type in Cthulhu and your channel comes up on YouTube.
Does it? It was Dr. Gaius Baltar. That's who it is. I thought you looked more like him. His name is James Callis.
James. Actually, I've heard of him.
I think you look more like him than you do Bashir.
He's got my chin. That's about it.
I think there's some. I think there's enough similarity. You know, if you squint, I think there's something there.
Just the chin. I'd say it's the chin.
It's not Balthazar, Gerbil.
Gerbil.
It's Balthazar, not Fizzar.
I think that used to be my granddad's name before he changed it.
I think mine is. Let's see. If I go back one side, I don't even know what my mum's dad's called. I don't know his name at all. Never met the guy. But my great granddad's Frederick. Dad's side, Leonard, and then one more back, Percival.
Wow, that is
proper old names.
Old. I don't even know one granddad. We barely know his name. I forgot it, I think.
Yeah, and I honestly, they're the oldest, most British names. My family just hate the men, I think.
Well, Frederick is also German.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not. All right, guys. It's been your boy, and it's been your Cthulhu, and we'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.